Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the cast tonight of the Knutsson Rollerbladers. That's BK against Planet Express, who were formerly known as Phoenix Esports. Joining me tonight is going to be kaidus on the microphone. Rather reluctantly, I've dragged him away from his streaming and entertaining all his beautiful stream viewers, but now he gets to entertain two lots of stream viewers. I've really just given him an incredible opportunity. And on the camera is going to be Suyooo as well. I hesitate to ask this, kaidus, but are you going to be looking forward to watching this game?
I'm going to be looking forward to watching this game, but I reluctantly agreed to talk about the game as well. I was speaking to Flushy a moment ago. When I thought I was flying solo and I was trying to get the STV, he started telling me that I shouldn't bother, and it's going to be 5050. So not a whole lot of confidence coming from the Planet Express corner. Do you know what happened to their sponsorship? While I say their name.
Yeah, it was. They were, of course, Phoenix Esports. They've actually dropped their sponsorship simply because the only reason they wanted sponsorship was for a server, and Phoenix couldn't provide them with a server that worked properly to their standards, and so they simply dropped them. So they were only in it for the server, and as soon as Phoenix couldn't provide that, they just decided to get shot of them and play with their normal name.
To be fair to Phoenix, I don't think they're capable of providing anyone with a server. Last season I owned a Phoenix server for the duration of the season, but yeah, it broke twice a day, despite sending about 3,000 support requests. So yeah, that's an understandable occurrence.
Yeah, so they're now known as Planet Express. They're going to be facing one of the top teams this season, and it sounds like they don't have much confidence going into the game, as you said. I would have actually expected Phoenix to... Oh, sorry, I'm saying the wrong name again. Planet Express. I would have expected Planet Express to have a bit more confidence after they went into this game. They seem like kind of a confident team who always feel like they can beat their opponents, but if they just think it's going to be a 5-0, 5-0, maybe they've had some bad results recently or something else is going on.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I haven't been keeping up with PCW results. I've been watching all the matches, but I can't. Maybe you can refresh my memory. What is their track record so far this season?
They had a little bit of a shaky start. They started off against Furbo Pandas, and while they did pick up all 6 of the points, it was incredibly close. Both of the maps could have easily gone to Golden Caps, and I don't think they were really happy about how that went. And then when they played against 425, I think one of the games went to no, they both went to Golden Cap. Yeah, it was a double Golden Cap, and they won one of them. No, they won both of them, yeah. So the score ended 4-2, so they came out of that on top, but only just.
Huh. Seems like we're live, unless I'm much mistaken.
We have, yes, we have gone live. Thank you for joining us. This is Season 19, powered by TT Esports, a Week 3 game between Planet Express and BK. We're going to be watching the Pocket on mid. I'm going to be watching Captain from Planet Express as he potters about on his side. Zappis, actually, the roamer from BK, is going to be the first casualty, and now the double bomb coming in from Phoenix, from Planet Express even. It looks like they've got the better end of it at the moment, but yeah, Sheepy coming in at the end there, finishing off Zebasai. I thought Zebasai would be a bit of a nuisance, but now only Rib and Knutsson alive to be chased out on Big Door by the rest of Planet Express.
Yeah, Rib did a big whoopsie on his rollout, so he didn't have the usual impact on mid. He wasn't able to get any spam on Big Door. Kind of like Planet Express scattered in a really weird way there. I thought they had it, but then Flushy ended up Big Door putting out no heals onto anyone, but they just managed to do it with the numbers in the end. The failed Zappis bomb kind of decided it.
Yeah, BK aren't happy to just give up this point though, and they've used their Uber. AMS taking this forward to try and get some picks and choke on the unubered players. He's got Samsa down, and now the flank coming in as well, destroying the players from Planet Express. They're 3 down at the moment, 4 down as well as Flushy, their medic, gets dropped. So now Sheepy and Captain are going to go aggressively onto Rib and Knutsson. They do manage to pick up the frag onto Rib, but Knutsson stays alive, and that's going to give him a big Uber advantage as they push on to second and possibly last.
Zebasai did some nice stuff on the flank though. I thought he would actually get more kills than he ended up getting. He said in the pre-match he's only got 16k hours last 2 weeks, so he's only going to do 9k damage today.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. We expect at least 11k from him on Scout. So if he's going to be underperforming, there's absolutely no hope, as we say, as he runs straight into a setlet sticky trap and gets picked there. That won't help his damage stats.
No, it seems to be his normal game. His damage is made even more impressive by the fact he manages to average 20 plus deaths per map as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'm watching BK as they come in through this big door, though. They've used their Uber charge, but Planet Express are managing to get out there. There's some pipes getting spammed down, though, and Captain catches one of them. Flushy's knocked down to half health as well, but BK are going to be able to take this. There was a Samsa, the roaming soldier from Planet Express, was causing a bit of a nuisance, but doesn't put much damage, if any, onto Knutsson, and they managed to get away scot-free there with 2 picks, but they're not going to be able to pick up this second point.
Yeah, I don't know what BK were doing there. They had rib pressuring from balcony, no cap time. Like, they knew that Phoenix or Planet Express didn't quite have Uber, but they didn't go for the cap. They didn't go for like a force in a bad position, and Planet Express can just like completely deny them taking 2 without even using. They're still rocking a 35% advantage going into big door.
Yeah, it's slowly getting tickled away, and Zappis comes in for a bomb onto Flushy, actually, trying to negate that, and it doesn't happen. They just look like they're giving them mid. They're going to have enough time to build up their Uber charge and just settle around choke. But with the Roma pick, it looks like Planet Express want to move forwards and get into BK before they can mount a decent 6-player offense. The Ubers are going to get an exchange on big door, the Captain going down to 20 health before he's saved by Flushy, and BK are going to be able to push their Uber charge out slightly further. It's given them an entrance into mid. They've got a bit of room, but Samsa's lurking around, and Knutsson Rollerbladers just decided to back off a little. Yeah,
they got the better end of the first, like the initial trade, but Planet Express managed to kind of settle and made a good decision to just jump out. As soon as he realised his team had flashed, he jumped out, so they couldn't multi anymore, and Captain just managed to get out. So a reasonable recovery there from Planet Express. It looked kind of iffy, and now we just go into a classic Gullywash stalemate.
Yeah, the classic Gullywash. So both teams just getting their Ubers up. They're just building fairly slowly, not even grinding it out as fast as they could, because they realise that neither team is going to particularly push. Some flank players are going to make the difference here, though. It all happens around big door, and Zebasai's just going to rush around and pick off Samsa. That's a pick for Knutsson Rollerbladers. Are they going to make use of that, though? Their Uber's going to be coming up in a few seconds, and it looks like they're transitioning the heals over to... No, they're not. They're coming back to choke, and possibly going to make a push through here. The Uber does come through on choke, and it's forced off by Captain. Zebasai's gone all the way through, though. He's at the enemy big door. He does get taken down, and they've lost their pocket as well. AMS has gone down in that Uber exchange. Captain getting the better end of that. So with BK2 down, they're rushing into lower lobby. They should be able to isolate Zappis here for a pick, but he gets out quite well. They're going to lose the second point and flood up top, though, and the Ubers are going to be equal.
Yeah, that was a really strange exchange. Sele went all the way back to his choke as the Uber came in. I'm not sure if he was just going for health and ammo to try and keep the heals going smoother for Flushy. But the end result was it meant that this aggressive Uber from BK, they weren't able to get any multiing going on really. Oh, a headshot going off and a happy call from Zebasai. But yeah, they couldn't multi them because kind of randomly, I'm not sure if it was a defensive play. I think it was just random. Sele was so far back. And then Zebasai, obviously he's always all or nothing, went in completely deep, died, and someone else died. So it was just a really easy repush from Planet Express.
Yeah, Zebasai's respawned onto that sniper. He's hanging around playing defensive sniper, looking down Riverside, but after the initial headshot onto Hafikul, everybody knows that he's there, and Hafikul has respawned on a counter sniper as well. But he's not going to be trying to negate Zebasai. He's going to be going for his own pick, looking at Rib's ankles there, and does get a body shot onto Hair P, but Hair P was buffed, so it's not gonna do too much. And now everybody knows that Hafikul is running the sniper, and Knutsson's going to be staying well out of the way.
Yeah, not a whole lot going on. Zappis is hiding on Riverside. I don't think they know he's there. Oh, they do know he's there. He's dead. Never mind. That's a pick, so that should hopefully prompt the push.
Yeah, it should do. Phoenix are running a sniper, but they know that the other team is as well, and that's not going to stop them pushing in with the Uber. They come in on Riverside, and Settler manages to force the Uber out, but BK going really aggressively into them here, and AMS destroying the medic of Planet Express before Hair P gets mullered as well. They're all clumped up in this Riverside area, but AMS has done so well, and Zebasai's managed to flank them, and only 2 up left in that Riverside area.
Sam's are doing really, really nice on balcony. Like, he stalled the whole team long enough for the kit to respawn, got the kit, took a frag, and really just delayed this whole push. I mean, they're still going to take the cab BK, but they're getting forward spawns, they're getting flushy up, they're getting their combo up, so it's like a nice delay, kind of salvaging the situation.
Yeah, Settler went down there as well, so without a demo man for the next 5 seconds, and he won't be on the field for another 5. BK should probably use this opportunity to get in through some choke point. Planet Express giving them a lot of room to move in, but they're a bit slow. They haven't quite got their spawns into position, So Settler is going to be up for this fight, but they've now got in through the choke point. Planet Express giving them maybe a little too much respect. Hafikul, the first one to die though, and Planet Express are just going to get out of there, give them the mid fight, and hope to recontest with the Ubers. I don't think they realise that they have something like a 25% advantage.
No. But they're going to go with it. I think they might know. They're going really fast. But they're just going to even itself out, and AMS goes down. This is going to be a really bad for Knutsson if he's forced here. But oh no, Flashy actually uses earlier, so that's actually going to be okay.
And he might drop Captain. No, Captain goes down to quite low health, but Flushy does manage to get onto him. BK are getting a much better Uber out of this zone. They've managed to push Planet Express all the way back into lower. They need someone up top though to deal with Sheepy and Captain. Captain at the moment uncontested, might be able to get a drop onto Knutsson, but no. Rib has got eyes on him, going to be able to pop him off. And Captain forced to retreat back to last with the rest of his team. The Uber's a slight advantage for Flushy here, just because he popped a little earlier, but I would be very surprised if they use that aggressively out.
They're not going to be able to, I think they'll be smart enough not to, because BK have opted to hold outside, so they're clearly wise to the way this Uber exchange went down. Obviously Flushy popping slightly earlier, Knutsson aware that he didn't build as firmly, so they're holding outside until they get it. It looks like, or they're considering transitioning into lobby, which is kind of risky, but I think it's going to be fine because Flushy is content to stay on last.
Yeah, Captain's poking out a little bit into the upper lobby, but he's going to meet some stickies of Rib and go back onto last. We don't have any off classes for the defense, which is maybe a little bit unusual. Off classes often coming out on Gullywash defense, but Zebasai is going to be on Sniper, and they do know that as they get a bit of spam onto him to stop him peeking that top area, but as he transitions over to main, he hits a nice headshot onto the roaming soldier, and with that pick advantage and Zebasai free to snipe through several exits, it's gonna they actually just opt for sacking their own roamer in, and Zappis gets immediately destroyed by a nice sticky trap that Settler had set up earlier.
It's kind of weird timing, like Zappis delayed a lot before going in. I mean, he's left an opening here where they have a sniper and one down. I think a more aggressive team might have tried to take an exchange in that scenario, but Planet Express seemed perfectly content to kind of play the slow game here.
Yeah, and Zebasai is just kind of getting in over that Riverside area without being really contested. Samsa keeps putting a rocket on him every now and then, but with the heals and AMS covering him, he's got enough room to take pot shots at people as they're hanging around on that top left defensive area. Zebasai hitting a nice headshot, and now the counter bomb coming in from Zappis straight away this time. Oh, but a counter snipe coming out from Hafikul as well. And then Zebasai gets Hafikul. So it's kind of evened out here at a 4v4. Both teams losing two, but Sheepy's gone aggressively onto Zebasai to take out that sniper, and surely that's going to prompt Planet Express to take some kind of Uber exchange, or at least gain some area, while they've got so many down.
They're looking into lobby, but these doors are so hard to break out of. Like, if your demo is alive and you're forced to push out doors, it's such a pain in the ass. Like, he can hold both doors without any help pretty much. And the Uber's pop, but this is an absolute garbage Uber. Flushy going for Uber source. I don't know, showboating, trying to get out. The Uber's coming in so late from BK. This is really bad.
Yeah, and absolutely no spam on main as well, so BK are able to get all the way in with their Uber. They pick up two. Oh, but the counter pick's actually coming out here from Planet Express as they pick up everybody here, apart from Zebasai, who will slowly get picked up as well. So Hafikul, Sheepy and Settler coming out of that alive, and they're going to be able to pick up the second point. What happened there, kaidus?
Well, I'd like to credit really smart positioning, like recovery positioning for Planet Express, but I think it's more of like a fluke. Like, what happened was BK committed like 2 or 3 guys to the floor to kill Flushy, and all of Planet Express stayed on the high ground apart from Flushy, who was like obviously way behind coming back in through main. So what you ended up with was all the heavy classes of Planet Express with height advantage and just spamming down on these guys coming on Flushy. So they were able to turn 2 or 3 frags really fast in that fight, and it kind of evened things out. But I don't think it was particularly smart as much as it was just them considering Flushy dead and not considering him part of the game anymore.
Yeah, I see. So, oh, goodness me, we have a spy on the field as well. No, we don't. Hafikul always does this to me. He just dupes me again and again. He has respawned on Scout, just checking the Ubers just to see whether they're running crits or not. He's gone back to spawn to do that. Do have a sniper coming out from Zebasai again, loving the sniper class. He's hit quite a few headshots with it so far, so he can definitely turn the tide of things. And when you've got an Uber v Uber situation like that, it's a great way to break a stalemate.
Yeah, a lot of respect going out from BK here to Planet Express, and when you consider the Planet Express attitude going into the game that they were just going to get rolled over, BK clearly don't agree, because I think they're a team that, like, I don't know, having played with Zebasai several times over the years, like, he's not a player that really likes to homer it out, he likes to just go, but he's really content to just play this slow game here.
Yeah, definitely. He's normally famed for his aggression on any class that he plays, but he's content to sit back as the Uber charges are swapped here. AMS might be in a bad position, but if he can get some help, him and Knutsson will be able to take this, but it looks like they've gone badly there. The flank might be able to take this though, as Zappis and Hairp come in, contesting people around this rock area. It's a 4v3 situation, and Fenix are getting the worst end of it, as Hairp is doing a decent job. Oh, and there's the body shots coming out as well from Zebasai.
Yeah, this is a really messy fight. BK probably should have taken it a bit cleaner. Rib not able to get out incredible damage. Like, he stayed alive nicely and participated in the fight, but I think I would have expected him to do a little bit more there and make it a little bit keener. But Knutsson died early anyway, so it's not like they could have got anything more out of it than the cap. But yeah, it was a bit tentative for a moment.
And now we're back to a similar situation. This time the aggressive team with a slight Uber advantage. They got something like 15%, but I don't know whether BK are really going to A, know that they have that, or B, be able to act off it. And both teams are running a sniper as well, so they're unlikely to push with this small advantage. So I think we're just going to see a similar situation where they wait for Zebasai to get a decent pick before they either bomb someone in to try and force flush his Uber, or just push with the pick.
Yeah. I think they would have known that they had it, because both medics went down and respawned, so it's like obviously the easiest moment in which you can time the Ubers when both medics spawn. Like, there's no mistake you can make there. And the fact that the Uber advantage was generated so early in building, it makes me think it wasn't like a building flaw. But with the sniper, like, Zebasai didn't go down in the fight, so you have your sniper still alive, and so you're kind of forced to play this game.
Yeah, Zebasai did go down there too. Hafikul and Zappis bombed in without forcing the Uber of Flushy, so Planet Express there poking their heads out again. It did leave them in a bad situation last time they did it, but this time it seems like they've held on, kind of. They've lost their demo man though, and that could be the prompt that the Knutsson Rollerbladers need to swarm in here. It looks like they are taking that opportunity, as they've got their heavies on the top right now. Coming in, Hairp hitting a lot of damage and baiting players to the point and destroying them one at a time. Hafikul, the only one left alive from Planet Express, and they're going to take that first round. That was a long first round, Kaidus.
Yeah, it was, but I think we saw just that why it's quite important Zebasai doesn't spend too much time on sniper. Like, even though he's hitting shots, when he's dead, there's like not a whole lot going on. Like, they had a 2-man advantage, but AMS was just really tentatively poking around the door. Like, he should have just forced his way in, and they really need a character like Zebasai just to run in and make the space when they have these advantages, because the rest of the team seem really nervous to actually act on them.
Yeah, as we go to this second mid, a big bomb in by Zebasai and AMS as well, flitting around on that nipple. Nice pipes and really scout play to take down 3 players already from Planet Express, and BK are going to be swarming through. There is a flank as well from Zebasai to take down the medic of Flushy. It's only Captain left alive, and he's going to get destroyed, so a very dominant middle there coming out from BK, and they're going to be able to roll this all the way to last.
Yeah, it was a really nice play from Rib, but hit kind of like a glory pipe across the map, but he'd taken so much ground, and after he got the scout frag, it opened the way and he just went in and crushed them. I think this is going to be like a roll around, there's nothing they can do.
No, the spawns are coming out now though, and unless they get on the point quickly, the spawns from Planet Express may do something. They have used their Uber to get this. Oh, it looks like Sheepy on the heavy has delayed them long enough for the spawns to do something. It's a 3v3, but now with Zebasai coming in, he could be able to clutch it. He does just at the end manage to turn the tide of the fight, and
yeah.
It was looking bad there for a moment for BK. It looked like they'd thrown away such a big opportunity, but they did manage to pick it up in the end.
Yeah, there was just like no focus fire. The heavy behind the point caught them out, and Rib was all the time focusing the point, but then once the heavy appeared and the spawns came, everyone was focusing a fight on top, and there was just no coordination really, but with the Uber and health and position advantage, they couldn't lose, even if they tried.
Planet Express have got the high ground at the moment on this mid, but no aggression. Oh, but now the frags coming in from Captain. Zebasai and Zap is both getting picked up. Oh, but a huge plays there from AMS and Rib combining together as the rest of Planet Express just kind of clumped up and all took the same damage. Flushy's going to ride away, but then munch a pipe. And he's not going to have any Uber for last. Unlike Knutsson, who's managed to stay alive during both of the last middles when there's been significant casualties on both sides, and he's going to have an Uber to pressure last again. They're not going to be rolling all the way to last as quickly as they did last.
Hello? Sideshow's lagging, maybe? Or am I
Am
lagging?
I?
One of us
I have
is.
no idea.
Who knows? Carry on, maybe I'm fine now.
Brilliant. They're going to pick up this second point and be able to push their way into last. They've got a big advantage, and now they've got a pick as well. They're going to be meeting a sniper and a heavy coming out here from Planet Express. The Ubers are forced. Zebasai going to be leading this Uber, and they're going to be pressuring down Flushy immediately. And they need to be focusing down these fragging classes as well, and Rib's been left with no heals to get taken down there, so hopefully that won't hurt them too badly. Oh no, Happy coming up and destroying the heavy at the back of the point, so that's not going to cause them any more problems like last round, and they do manage to pick that up quite nicely. 3-0 already.
Yeah, big mistakes from both demos there. Rib got completely separated. Like, again, he's always... Like, it's a good idea to focus to point, but they just don't seem in sync. Like, he was all around the point dying, and then Settler had position behind the point with a heavy set up next to him, and opted to come out from in front of the point. Like, he really just wanted to play for time there and try and get spawns. It was their only hope, but he opted to just die. Here we are back
really aggressive rollout here from Settler and the rest of Planet Express as he's locked Rib out the choke completely, but he's put himself in that kind of position where Rib can just do so much damage once he comes out. He managed to pick up 3 already and was pretty close to picking up Sheepy as well, and yeah, they committed so much to keeping Rib out of the point there that they just turned their backs on the soldiers, and then once they dealt with him, Rib came out of nowhere to pick up 3.
When Rib got 2 of those kills, he was pretty much on yard fighting a scout. Like, he depped for the scout that rushed him, and then 2 people died. I didn't really see how that happened, but yeah, like,
he had stickies. Like, he was throwing stickies in from choke because he was denied, so he was just throwing in blind stickies. And as Phoenix turned around to deal with the bombing soldier of AMS, Rib just dead the stickies, and they were forced back onto them due to the bombing soldier.
I mean, they identified the problem. Like, Rib has really been dominating these mids so far, so it's a nice decision, but fuck what I'm saying, the Uber's in.
The Uber has come in from BK. They've destroyed the Pyro before he was able to do much and really block things in. Sheepy is behind the point again on Heavy, and Flushy's not going to be able to get any Ubers off. The last player left alive is Sheepy. He's going to go down eventually. Even the Heavy doesn't have that much health. And it's 4-0. After a very long first round, we then seen 3 rounds in very quick succession, basically off some very dominant mids.
Yeah, the Happy called the Pyro, wasn't it? He wasn't ready for the main rush. Like, they got in free for main with the Uber, and if you have a Pyro and you let the Uber in, then it's like you're basically 1 down already.
Interesting to see what these... Yeah, the demos. Settler, again, not opting for the really aggressive rollout, and Rib's just been let out of his cage. Now going forwards, getting so much damage, manages to pick up Settler and do tons of damage to everybody else. The bombing soldier doesn't quite do much as Hafikul and Sheepy doing a good job defending their medic from the players in front, but Zebasai snuck in behind, manages to take down the heals. Now they're going aggressive though. Hafikul and Sheepy combining together to get Rib down to such low health, and they've got Hairpy to worry about as well. Zappis is going to come in, and in a second, Sheepy's managed to pick up Rib, and Hairpy's only on 1 HP. But the spawner of Zappis is going to come in and sort him out.
Yeah, the scouts actually got Knutsson when they came back in. I think that's what prompted them to. They heard like a call that Knutsson was tagged or out of position or something. Either way, they got him down, which is a change of pace from the previous mids where it's really just been all BK with Knutsson living and having Uber advantage for last. I don't really like what Planet Express are doing on these mids at the moment. I mean, they tried pressuring Rib with their entire team, but they really just need a guy to just pressure him, a scout, just to make him shoot at this scout so he can't walk over the point and shoot at the entire team. Like, they're just not able to find the balance there at the moment.
Hafikul has gone huge just then through the big door as the entirety of BK were concentrated around Choke. He just came in, flanked, got 2 nice picks and distracted everybody for the rest of Planet Express to get in. Zebasai's the one who's behind now though, and he's going to be harassing Samsa as he rolls out, but Zebasai at the moment a bit too far back possibly, but it looks like him and Hairp might combine together for a kind of back cap attempt as Planet Express are going to be on that second. Some of them coming back, but they're not going to be able to backcap the midpoint, and they're going to pick up second and be streaming to last here. They do have a 70% advantage.
Happy's still behind, Zebasai's down, there's no scouts in this fight and a full Uber advantage to go with. So they're focusing the point now, there's a scout on the point set and it's making a really bad decision. He should just be sticking the point. He is going to sticky the point and it is going to come off in the end, but really like tentative for a moment. Like he saw his scout run on the point and then turned around and started shooting other people. Like, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what the call was there that made him do that, but yeah, nice push in the end.
Yeah, they do manage to pick up their first round off the back of that, and we'll have to see if they can sort something out on these mid-fights, because even the mid-fight that led them to that round was not the best, and it looks like Rib's going to be tagging Settler for so much at the beginning of this. He's been given so much freedom, and everybody on Planet Express just backing off a bit. Finally, Samsa does put some offense onto Rib, and he gets finished off by Happycool. But the rest of Planet Express just so far back, clustered around the choke, and they're all taking similar amounts of damage. But Knutsson so far out at the moment. He's just healing AMS with the arrows. I think he hit him with 2 there. AMS should have gone down to Happycool, but with those arrows that Knutsson was peppering him with from Big Door, he was able to actually keep him healed. I thought they were going to lose that just by the basis of Knutsson being so disconnected, but he managed to put out his heals.
Yep, this was a strange mid again. Again, Rib was just left to do whatever the hell he wanted. This time the follow-up was not so great from BK though, so Planet Express were allowed back into the mid, and I really felt they should have taken it, but then these arrows from Knutsson, like, kind of understated in the fight, because they really turned it for AMS. Like, I'm pretty sure he really should have died, and I'm sure that Planet Express was saying, what the fuck, why isn't this kid dying? Because
yeah.
he just wouldn't die. Like, I saw him in a really extended fight, and then I switched to him, and he was on 200, so I don't know. But they really have to figure out this. What they're doing is they're sending 2 scouts through Big Door, and they're both going to the little roof and jumping up left, which means Rib is just tagging both of them. Neither scout is pressuring Rib, so he has his entire side of the point is safe. All he has to think about is Aroma, which I'm pretty sure Happy is doing a really nice job of dealing with, either Happy or A. So Rib is completely open to do anything he wants on his mids. The scouts really have to switch up their play.
Zappis has respawned on Sniper, and Zebasai is really far behind at the moment. He's going to take a 1v1 versus Happycool on the flank. I'm not sure which way that's going to go. No, Zebasai getting the worst end of it, as the Ubers have also been exchanged. So BK 1 down, and with a Sniper, Planet Express are going to have a better end of this if they can just pick up the kill on AMS, who's currently harassing them in that shithouse area. Oh, Zappis might be able to get a pick here. He's completely got tons of room on that Big Door. And with 2 down apiece, but a Demoman advantage for Planet Express, they're going to want to be coming through choke, but the Sniper of Zappis sitting in that lower lobby just denying them a bit. And AMS is going to drop onto Flushy as well, surely. No, he drops onto Settler and then changes his target, but it doesn't matter anyway because Zebasai comes in to pick up the kill.
Flushy got the call, he was there and tried to back up, but he backed up into Zebasai, who was just body blocking him.
Yeah, I don't know whether that was well timed or whether that was just both of the players going for plays and just coincidentally they happened to mesh together.
Yeah, it's kind of sloppy play though. It has to be said from Planet Express. I mean, Flushy knew. You could tell by the way he was positioning himself. He was really tentative. I keep saying this word. Really slow to come out of choke. It's because he knew he had this advantage. Knutsson was down. He was alive. He was building this. So it's like he knew they expected some aggression, but they didn't set themselves up for it at all because Zebasai was able to flank for free. Like AMS was given way too much time and space above choke. I mean, he didn't really do it, but he should have. Like they let him. So really sloppy play.
In the meantime, while you were talking, Flushy and Settler have both been taken down in an exchange for the scouts. So Knutsson now with a huge advantage, but only 3 of the BK players alive. So it is an opportunity for Planet Express to go aggressive and try and get the force out of Knutsson. Captain's going to be going aggressive, but he's going to go onto Rib instead, and the Uber has been forced on the flank by Sheepy and Happycool. So it's just now up to AMS to see what he can get done with the tail end of this Uber. He's decided to get out of there, but he's going to pick up a frag onto Samsa possibly. He trades, does a Killari on the flank there. And, but at the same time, Hair P rushes in and manages to pick up Settler. So it's now a 3v3, but the scouts of Planet Express combining together so well to pick up these frags. Their focus fire is really good when they're the only ones left alive.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Yep, I didn't watch any of that, so keep going.
They've got a big Uber advantage. It's 40%. They're going to be able to push this into last. They've just picked up the second point. Zappis is hanging around in lobby. I wonder if he's going to try and get an early force. Zebasai as well, pushing out into the lower, but he's going to get picked up. Poor play from Zebasai. They've got a disadvantage. They need to be on last. No pyro. Oh, there is a pyro actually from Hair P, but he gets mullered immediately. And they need to start focusing down Knutsson, sorry, because he was on 80%. A perfect push coming out here from Planet Express. They're focusing down targets really well. It's only AMS left alive, and they've brought this to 4-2 with 4 minutes left. Definitely possible.
It was really clinical. Like the double scout rush was perfect. Like the pyro can't drop in time to block them both, so they get in, they hit their shots nicely. The pyro went down. Focus Knutsson didn't get the Uber. Like it was perfect basically. Like perfect. I mean the after the late fight was a little bit messy, but they'd done everything they needed already, so it didn't matter.
I'm going to watch Rib on this mid and see if anybody pressures him. It looks like he's got free reign at the moment. He's pushing across the point, but Sheepy's got him in his sights. Sheepy just going to rush around, dodge some pipes and destroy the demo. But in the meantime, his medic Flushy has gone down to a bomb by Zappis. So that's going to prompt the aggression out of Planet Express as they desperately try and go forward and pick up Knutsson. It looks like they're actually going to stay alive with only Captain going forwards, but Captain's gone back for a health kit when he could have possibly got a rocket in there onto Knutsson and picked him up. He's now going to go forward with the health, but he's met up with Zebasai as Knutsson, and they're going to be able to deal with Captain quite well, I would imagine, and a big Uber advantage for Knutsson as well. They're going to be pushing into this mid soon.
Captain is making a huge mistake here. Oh my god, yeah, he's dead. He waited so long for this medkit to spawn his choke, like for no reason at all, showing his inexperience there a little bit because he knew they had advantage. That was why he was there in the first place, but he just stood there anyway, and they're coming in now with the Uber. Probably gonna have to pop because there's a demo pressuring the choke.
Yeah, Setlet's doing a good job of keeping everybody in there, but the flank has been completely open and everybody else has gone down. Flushy and Sheepy and Samsa all dead to the flank who streamed in from Big Door, while Settler was desperately trying to hold them off from choke. Settler does manage to escape on really low health, but BK with a full advantage they haven't had to use are just going to be able to bully their way through, probably take second here, and they're going to be hoping to take second and put some offense up top where Planet Express are holding without having to pop their Uber too early.
Yep, they're coming in choke though, they're getting in for free, there's really no pressure. They've popped. I don't know why they've popped, this seems like a really strange decision.
Yeah, I think that will have been AMS calling the pop there as he just saw the players, but just not able to get to them too easily, and they've got nothing done with that Uber.
Yeah, I guess another pocket showing his inexperience there. I mean, they could take that for free. This could be an Uber push to last right now. Instead, it's just a really messy. They're sacking Zappis, they're sacking AMS. Okay, they're just running in. The scouts are in.
They have managed to get Flushy though. I think that was the idea there. They've completely negated the large Uber advantage that Flushy had, managing to put 3 players. Was it 3 players, something like that? Yeah, that they sacked. So Planet Express really didn't want to push out there after they lost their med. They were all really weak and had to go back to their spawn to get some health before they were able to push out, and decided that that was just a little too late. So they're just going to be holding last now with a big Uber disadvantage. Yeah,
that exchange went really well for BK. Like as you said, the players were so weak even after they killed Flushy. They got everyone else so weak and had such a huge advantage in heals. As the Uber comes in now from main, it's looking really bad for them.
Yeah, Flushy goes down instantly, and they've already lost Captain. Rib is getting some damage onto the point, but he's really weak and does get taken down by Hafikul. This is a bit of a messy exchange, but Hafikul is the last one remaining. And he's the only one left alive. He's taunting on the point as the timer ticks down. There's only 20 seconds remaining. BK were desperately trying to have one last push just before the time ran out, but they are going to take this first map, CP Gullywash, 4-2. And Happy Cool just getting one more med pick for the stats.
Yeah, I was watching his pod, Knutsson was just like bouncing like a fluffy little bunny past him. He just runs him behind him and doesn't two-shot him as he should have done, but still kills him.
No mercy shown.
And this was a strange game. I mean, Planet Express got 2 rounds. It didn't really feel like they deserved a 4-2 scoreline. Like, these mids were so kind of one-sided. I mean, BK kind of showed some messy play in the later mids as Planet Express got a bit more of a feel for it. Like, I don't really agree with what they did. Like, they were in the end countering Rib, but they were countering him by playing really, really passive, and then just like kind of letting Rib come forward and then like expecting it and going on him when he comes forward. But this is something that BK should be able to work with. Like, it should just open the door more for them rather than being a problem. Like, if they just make that slight adaptation, but it's probably something they'll learn as they play the map more, because I guess they've not been playing this map only for a week or so as a team. But yeah, like, it felt like BK were in control the whole time.
Yeah, definitely, and the fact that they went up 4 rounds, well, the first round did take 15 minutes or so, but then the next 3 just came so quickly off some dominant mid-fights, and then the mid-fight after that as well was so dominant. As you say, they were really in control of the vast majority of that map, and a 4-2 scoreline is possibly a little generous for Planet Express. But we are going to be going... Oh, we'll just have a look at the logs as well. Have you got the logs there, Kaidus?
I don't have the logs. After watching GXL all weekend, I completely forgot that logs were a thing. as they didn't ever have logs on the stream. I'm not sure if there was logs, but
I have no idea actually what the log situation was. Maybe they weren't connected to logs.tf or something, or everybody too used to sizzling stats over there.
actually no, they must have had logs because every now and then they bring up a random statistic, like the pocket it would just come up with his stats, his damage, his deaths, his kills, and this kind of stuff. But they never actually had just a full logs. Anyway, enough random crap talk. I can't find the logs. Can you give me the logs?
They're in Mumble for you. They have been provided by a lovely cameraman.
It's incredible.
So AMS actually got the top damage, and then the pocket from Planet Express as well capped in the next top damage, with Rib and Settler somewhere further down the scoreboard with only less than 300 damage per minute. So neither demo really piling out the damage and having a similar number of deaths and things, but it was Rib that really made the impact on the mids. I feel like he was really a problem for them and was definitely one of the big reasons why they were able to run away with the mids.
Yeah, it's one of those games you kind of have to read between the lines with the logs. Like if you look at the heals, neither demo is really that prevalent in the heals. Like Rib especially, he's sitting 4k behind AMS. Settler only 3k behind, but I'm pretty sure Knutsson would have had more healing this game. He did, he had 4k more healing, so that explains that slight difference. But both demos playing a similar role, really subordinate to their pockets. Yeah, like as you saw on the mids, Rib was just completely dictating the fights. I mean, I didn't see so much great play from Rib outside of the mids. I think both demos were kind of making some coordination errors with their team. But it really came down to the mid fights. Like a lot of like when BK got this 4 advantage, it really all came down to these mids, and I think Rib was like essential in that.
Yeah, and if we have a look at the kills as well, it seems like Zebasai and AMS really pulling out the kill. I mean, Zebasai going 30 for 25 with he's doing 8k but taking 8k damage as well, so really making a lot of space for his team and sacking his life in order to to make space, make distractions, and get those frags. So a bit of a different style of scout to anybody else that was really playing on the server, but it works out fairly well for them.
Yeah, I'm just going to check how much sniper he played. 7 minutes and 2k damage. I can't do maths, but that seems okay. Right?
What's that? That's...
Figure out for me.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's not bad on sniper, and he went 6 for 3 as well, so it was okay, but as you said earlier in the game, when he does go sniper, they're kind of missing that person to really take the bull by the horns and go aggressively and make the damage, not the damage, sorry, make the space through the choke points and things like that, because AMS is content to sit there and defend his medic and get the frags when people are walking into him, but he doesn't quite have that bullying attitude of getting around choke points and making room for the rest of his team and things like that.
Yeah. And I don't know, like, yeah, Zebasai, there was some fights on sniper, like they would push 2 with the sniper, cap 2 with the sniper, and end up with like uber advantage or something, but Zebasai hadn't died, so then they just ended up with him on sniper anyway. And it was those kind of situations where it's like, yeah, it's the trade-off, isn't it? The sniper wins you 1 point and loses you the next.
Yeah, of course, not that easy to change off sniper when you're when you're winning all of your fights with it, and then you're stuck in a bad exchange. When Zebasai's on sniper, and he would be so much more effective on scout. So just the risk that they have to take, and it seemed like in the later stages of the game they weren't favouring it as much. So I'll be interested to see on Snakewater, which is going to be our second map tonight, whether they do run him on sniper very much.